All right. Yo, yo, yo. Again? I think we're sorted, man. I think we're better. Um, sorry. First time we had the stream started up this morning, there was some really weird stuff going on with the network. So I was dropping a ton of frames, but I think we're better now. I think we're better. I think we're going to be able to get through everything now, hopefully without any kind of falling back into what we were dealing with before. I think we've sorted it. Okay, so good morning, happy Sunday, guys. Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah. Um. So the plan for today is obviously video gaming news, and then more of Vermintide 2. All right, Warhammer Vermintide 2. We'll be playing with our buddy Pinky, and I guess potentially anybody else that wants to hop in and have some good times, get a taste of what the game has to offer. It was fun yesterday. We had a good time. It's definitely one of those games that I feel like you can just hop into. You don't have to worry too much about immersing yourself in story or anything like that. It's a good time to hop into with either friends or just randos to do some co-oping, and it's a big slaughter fest. So you got a lot of enemies coming at you. It takes some pretty good coordination between yourself and whoever you're playing with. Now, you can play with bots as well. The AI can control the other characters if you want them to. But I feel like you're usually better off having some players that are decent at knowing what's going on and being able to help out. But the bots aren't terrible. So I don't know. I'll show everybody once we get into the news section and everything. It's free this weekend. Vermintide 2 is free for PC on Steam. If you grab it this weekend, it's free for you to own forever. And I don't know. It's a good time. So consider maybe grabbing it, taking a look, and seeing what it's all about, all right? Let's get over there and hop into this video gaming news segment, cool? Let's get it. By the way, Subnautica, why is this not working that way? Subnautica, OST, amazing. All right, that's what we were kind of jamming out to this morning. But here we go, gaming news. Let's see what we got. Yeah, this isn't surprising. I mean, unfortunately. League of Legends developer Riot Games admits censorship in some countries after releasing first gay black hero. Yo, Keith, what's up, my friend? How are you, dude? Happy Sunday, dude. Happy Sunday. How are you, buddy? We'll talk about that. Is it a surprise? No. Does it suck? Yes. We'll read about it. It's unfortunate that that's the way this world works. You know, looking forward to NFL today. Word, dude. I used to be a big a fan of doing of the NFL. I used to do a lot of fantasy football and stuff, and dude, I just fell out of it. I don't even really keep up with it anymore. I don't know. Hockey's my jam, dude. Hockey's my jam. But I still just because like every day I get on ESPN's app, I take a look at sport. I keep up with sports in general. Um, so you mean in American football, NFL? So I was raised a I was raised a Cowboys fan, but I was also raised to like the Packers. If you can, imagine that. I was raised to like the Packers because they're owned by the city um, of Green Bay. You know, not just like a specific owner. And my dad always thought that was cool. So both of those teams I always liked growing up. And then I married into a Packers family. So that just really drove home the fact that I was for sure going to be a Packers fan, a cheesehead, if you will. You know what I mean? So yeah, dude. What about you? What about you? Cheesehead, dude. Yeah, 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 Keith. Yeah, man. Yep, yep. Yeah. Who's your team, buddy? I'm a Jets fan, bro. It's been a rough number of years for you, dude. Wow, brother. Yeah. How you feeling about them right now? 'Cause look, even though I don't keep up with the NFL like as much as I used to, I still keep up with sports just in general. This year though, you think you guys got it? Dude, the Eagles are looking tough though, bro. 5-3, yeah, yeah. It's finally looking like it's coming around for you guys. The Eagles are looking super tough right now, though. It's one of those weird years though, where stuff's like changing over. We're seeing the changing of the tide, if you will. Let's go, birds! Yeah, Spud. Yeah, what's up, Spud? What's up, buddy? Yeah, dude. The Eagles are looking real tough, man. But we're seeing teams like the Packers aren't doing very well. Um, we're seeing like the Bucks aren't doing very well. Um, Texas scared. Well, football is always a little weird like that, though. Like football can. There's always going to be a few like games that are close that shouldn't have been close, and some upsets and things. Football can be weird like that. You know, it just happens. But we're definitely seeing a bit of a changing of the guard. In terms of those top teams falling away, those teams that have been at the top for a number of years now, and then some of those other teams that have been at the bottom for like the Dolphins are kind of looking like they're turning things around. The Jets are turning things around. Um, it's different now. It's the NFL is changing over. But dude, the Jets had a rough go for a long time. So are the Dolphins, though, dude. Dolphins have been a rough go for a long time too. And then I think everybody thought that the Broncos were going to be better this year because they got Wilson, and yikers. Hasn't been a very good go for them. Um, it's a bit of a weird year. Yeah. But I'm happy for the. I hate seeing a team be so brutally bad for so long. I mean, not to like hate on the Jets or anything, but dude, I hate seeing that. I hate seeing just teams be at the bottom for a very, very long time. I hate seeing that in any sport, dude. In any sport, really. It sucks for the game. It sucks for the game. It really does. Switch finally gets 2021's best game. I'll tell you what, my Stars last night put a beat down on the Oilers, man, which was really nice to watch. Talking hockey, you know what I mean? It was a good game. It was a good game. And my dude Jamie Bing got a hattie, got himself a hat trick. That was fun to watch. I love hockey, dude. I think NFL needs to take a page out of hockey's book. You know what I mean? I think the NFL needs to take a page out of hockey's book. And if two dudes get mad enough, just let them settle it on the field, dude. You know what I mean? Get those helmets off. It's like instead of throwing the gloves, you throw the helmets, dude. You know what I mean? Instead of throwing those gloves off, dude, you throw the helmets off. Let those two dudes go at it. Nobody else gets involved. You know what I mean? It's just too hard in football. It would never work. Too many other guys try to get involved, you know? But if two guys have a hard time or they've got an issue with each other, let them go at it, dude. Let them settle it on the field. You know, let them do the hockey thing. I'm about it, dude. I'm about it. Oh man. New PlayStation leak points to the return of PS1 Classic. We've talked about AMD's new what is it, the 7900 XTX and the 7900 XT. Again, we've read a little bit about these cards right now. We know that they are roughly, respectively, about $1,000 US coming out and $900 US. But we have to wait until we get some substantial, you know, statistics on what the performance of these cards are going to be to bump them up against the other, like NVIDIA's new cards, the 4000 series, as well as last gen cards for both AMD's last gen cards and NVIDIA's 3000 series cards, to see kind of where they're hitting performance for price, to see if they're actually worth picking up at that price point. You know what I mean? But we'll see very soon. Ooh, here we go. Yo, I don't think it's a surprise. I don't think anybody, this is going to be a surprise to anybody, right? Xbox chief, I think we're talking about Phil Spencer here, wants to revive iconic StarCraft series. We're going to see, in my opinion, dude, a lot of people would, Keith. A lot of people would. Yeah, dude. You know, the old school Blizzard stuff, man, is a lot of people's jam. Dude, I've got boxes right down here next to me. I've got Diablo 1, Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction. I've got old WoW boxes. Like, old school Diablo was my jam, dude. StarCraft, Warcraft, WoW, the old school stuff, man. And it was a lot of people's jam. I hate what that company is now, but the old Blizzard was legit, man. And I think that, dude, Wick, what's up, buddy? What's up, man? How yesterday was the opening for one of the stores, right? How'd it go, man? Everything good? So, I think getting a revival of StarCraft, man, because StarCraft is still played widely. You know what I mean? StarCraft is a game that is still, dude, decades later, widely played, and people love this game. So, getting a reboot, you know, of this game, whatever that may entail, would be amazing as long as it's done well. I think that's the big thing there. Good, dude. Good. I'm glad. How long do you think until the other store is going to get opened, dude? That's the big thing here, right? I mean, you talk about something like StarCraft getting revived. It's kind of like the same thing as what we're seeing with a game like Knights of the Old Republic, right? Knights of the Old Republic is iconic, beloved, like widely thought of as the best Star Wars game ever made. And people are excited about the fact that it's being remade, but if it's not remade well, the developer is going to get just absolutely obliterated for it. You know what I mean? So it needs to be done right. Whether they're going to do like a remaster of StarCraft or they're actually going to create new iterations of this series, it needs to be done very well. and carefully thought out and planned for development. But let's read into this. This is interesting. Yeah. Oh yeah, Keith. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, bro. Right, Wick. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Keith. Yeah, I mean that's the scary thing, right? I mean that's the scary thing, and that's the thing that turns a lot of us off. Bro, that's pretty good, dude. After being down for that long and no kind of promo, solid, dude. Solid. Right. Nice, dude. Well, GG's, man. Congrats. Awesome. And now that they know you're back open and everything, that's only going to increase, right? Still, we'll go play OG Star Wars Battlefront. Right. Yeah, Keith. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, we talk about that a lot in this, especially in the news segment here. But it pops up occasionally just when we're playing games and everything because we talk a lot about the industry and what's good and bad about it and things like that. You know. Yeah, dude, Wick, you should be, dude. You should be. That's amazing, dude. I'm super happy for you, brother. Um, cool. Now I just need to come visit and get one of those new smoothies, dude. Those new and improved shiny smoothies. You know what I mean? That's awesome, dude. I'm super happy for you. Yo, you have an OA smoothie, right? What's in it? I know you have one, dude. And there should be a green sword smoothie too, like wheatgrass and avocado, something like that, right? Yeah, Keith, dude. The we talk a lot about the monetization, like the greed in the industry, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's orange. Word. Well, it should be if it's the OA smoothie. You know what I mean? Cool. Word. Yeah. It's gotta have mango in it too, though, dude. Because that's my jam. You know, and mango's orange. So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. It'll be a top seller though, dude. Don't even fret. Uh, with a black straw. There you go. All right. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, cool. That works. Looks sharp. Solid, dude. I like it. I like it. We're on to something, dude. We're on to something. Yeah, yeah. The It's definitely not OA Madness. It should be OA Three Head Madness, dude. You know what I mean? Or OA Madness, but have a three as the E instead, dude. That way, it's kind of like an inside joke for all of us, outside all the outsiders in the community. You know what I mean? More of an inside kind of thing for us, the people, the real outsiders. You know what I mean? They'll know what the three means. They'll know what the three means. Um, it's not, I don't think it's lost on anybody that the gaming industry is a business, right? Mango, orange, banana, pineapple, apple. I'm down. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. Maybe some corn in there. Don't do that. And the microtransaction thing, I'm a lot more apt to consider the viability of it in like a free to play title. No corn yet. No corn. I'm easier to be swayed on the incorporation of something like a microtransaction shop on a free to play title, and it's been done very well and through specific kinds of games, but especially in a free to play title. But I'm not good with like microtransactions in a pay that allows people to pay to win. Um, things like that, you know. But like for just cosmetics or you know stuff like that, where a game is free to play and like if you talk about grinding gear games and like Path of Exile, they did a very good job with theirs. There was a little bit of quality of life stuff you could buy, you know, stash tabs that made things a little bit easier on you for accumulating items and not only that, but sorting of items and things. But outside of that, it was just like basically cosmetics and everything, right? I'm cool with that. I understand that, especially for a free to play title. When you talk about the greed in the industry of increasing prices for games that come out at like now it's $70 is becoming the norm, and then it's a month and a half later they've got $40 worth of DLC they want you to buy too, and then there's a microtransaction shop in the game as well, and it's like, man, this is just greed. It's not a matter of them needing to pull in a profit and sustain their business as well. I get that business side. It's just solely greed. There's a big difference between that. So I completely understand, Keith. Extra hour to get stuff done, sick. Oh, yeah. Bro, I forgot all about. I could barely even roll out of bed this morning. I forgot all about the time rolling back, dude, until my wife said it this morning. And I was like, wait, we got an extra hour? I was like, we got an extra hour? Dude, I could not get out of bed this morning at all. And I got an extra hour of sleep, dude. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. I was all like, can we go back to bed, man? Yeah. I don't know. I was just. And I went to bed early last night, dude. I went to bed early. Steam Deck users discover a way to potentially boost FP. Let's take a look at what that is. We talked about that yesterday. Look at yesterday's news segment if you want to take a look at the whole John Wick AAA thing. It's real. There's not much to it. Okay. Psych, what's up, dude? It's business time. What's up, man? Happy Sunday. The John Wick thing, there's not a lot to it. Lionsgate has basically just said, look, we would like to do a AAA game for John Wick. And that's about all there is to it. It's not like there's any kind of early development. They're not, collaborating with a developer on the game yet or anything like that. So the fact that they've thrown it out there means they're probably trying to test the waters of having developers come to them and be like, hey, we can do this. This is what we have in mind. And we will probably end up seeing something in the future in regards to a AAA John Wick game. But right now, there's not a whole lot to it. You know it, brother. Those business socks? Yeah. Yeah. But that was all. That was all. Up at 5? Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean that's what time I'm usually up around is about 5. Dude, I just kept rolling over this morning. I got up late, dude. I got up late. See what else we have. Oh, PlayStation shutting down a PS4 exclusive next year, making it unplayable. See what that is. Looks like Starfield has a release date update shared by Xbox. Okay, I'm not going to dive into this article, but if you have been interested in trying Marvel Snap, or you have been playing Marvel Snap, which is like the new mobile. I think you can play it on PC as well. I think it's on PC also. Yeah, it's available for PC and mobile devices. Marvel Snap is. It's their like digital trading card game they recently released. There is going to be a PvP mode coming out in it later this year. So apparently this game is doing very well, and people are enjoying it. And it might be, if you're into TCGs, maybe give it a shot, see what you think about it. So, I don't know. Might be worth a look, and it's getting a PvP mode, which it makes sense, right? A lot of people that like TCGs, they want that PvP experience, whether you're talking about Pokemon or Magic the Gathering or Gwent. Dude, Gwent was really fun. You want to be able to stack up your customizable deck or whatever against other people's decks as well. You want that player on player experience with the TCG stuff. So it's coming. Oh, that's awesome, Wick. That's great, dude. That means potentially word is spreading, man. How about those stars, guys? You know what I mean? We're on a roll right now. We're doing pretty well. Nintendo DS exclusive may be getting a remaster very soon. Let's see what that is too. Let's go ahead and go into our other search. Yo, I would love to find a video this morning. There was a situation in the game last night against the Oilers where uh, give out free stuff for 2 days. Did you? Hey, man, takes money to make money sometimes. You know what I mean? Quite often, actually. You know, so it looks like it's working, dude. I was watching the Stars game last night. And there was this really funny situation where um, there was a couple of the Stars players and a couple of the Oilers players that were getting into it, and the camera was actually on Jamie Benn and one of the Oilers players. Can't remember who it was. They were away from the kind of the scrap, and they were back, like kind of holding on to each other with one arm. And Jamie Benn grabs he like pulls his stick up and slaps the other dude's stick out of his hands. The other dude got so pissed off. It was so funny, dude. Oh man, I'll have to try to find the video of it. But they're just like sitting there watching it, and all of a sudden Jamie Benn just like lifts up his stick, he slaps the other dude's stick out of his hands. The dude had to like bend down and grab it and everything, and then you start trying to like go after Jamie for it. Dude, it was so funny, man. It was so funny. That dude got mad. Got really mad. You saw that? Jamie Benn's always doing stuff like that, dude. Yeah, yeah. It's so funny, dude. I know a lot of people don't like you for doing stuff like that, but I think, and if he wasn't on my team, I would probably have a lot of disdain for him because of it, But I've always been a Jamie Benn fan because I'm a Stars fan, and I've always enjoyed the antics that he gets up to with that kind of stuff. So I was rolling last night when I saw it, man. I was dying. It was really funny. I just saw where that went, dude. Oh my god, dude. Look, Square Enix's new farming game lets you choose non-pronouns. This is becoming something that I'm not even going to dive into this article because we're seeing this become a more prevalent thing in gaming, right? It's becoming something that is just becoming more of the norm. Whether it be you know, back in the day, it was, there was the stereotypical protagonist, and that's what we were always having to deal with was a stereotypical, and usually it was like a 30-something Caucasian dude with like blue eyes and like blonde or brown hair, and then it turned into like being able to kind of into customizing your character as a protagonist. Not always, but and even when it wasn't, they started trying to move away from that norm, that stereotypical um, character that had been there for so long in video games. But even to this point now, with the way that society is, it's moving to a point of where you are no longer having to necessarily pick a specific gender or pronouns for characters or anything like that. And Square Enix is another one of those developers that's really incorporating that kind of thing in their games. I'm not going to read this review because we read one the other day, and I'll probably wait until we get past the release date for anything more on God of War Ragnarok, because that's when we're really going to start seeing a bigger, more wide range, or an all-encompassing kind of more consensus review of what the game has to offer. This is from CNET. It says that a more epic but less memorable game than its predecessor. Um, I'll be honest. I didn't necessarily expect Ragnarok to be a more memorable experience than the first one, than 2018's God of War. But again, if it's on par, I'm gonna love it. So we'll see. We'll see. Talked about it. Atomic Heart boss fight gameplay. Want to take a look at this? Might be some spoilers in this, but I got to be honest. Atomic Heart, as good as it's looked for so long and been anticipated for so long, I'm really scared about it. Because usually these games that I feel like we get anticipated about for so long end up being a bit disappointing, unfortunately. We'll take a look at it. Comicbook.com is saying that Modern Warfare 2's campaign is a clunky, underwhelming story. Or Wick, have you gotten to play any more MW2, man? Or have you just been too busy? Scorn PTSD, maybe a little bit, dude. Yeah, it's funny that you say that because I thought about that immediately. Thought about it immediately. That's the most recent case of PTSD for me, I think. Yeah, you know what I mean. But I don't think it's. I think that's a thing that a lot of gamers can relate to. Unfortunately, you get these games that have been hyped up for a long time, and especially the ones that have dealt with a delay or two, and they look cool, and then they come out and it's like, meh, too busy. Okay, dude, I figured that's all good, dude. We'll take a look though. It's not always the case, man, but I've got to say, especially these games that get super hyped up and then they get delayed a number of times. I'm scared. I get scared of them, dude. I just do. I don't know. Diablo 4 report leaks April release date. We'll go one more page. Overwatch 2, Ramatra will be the new tank hero. Let's take a look at that. I wonder how Overwatch 2's been doing here lately. I haven't heard much about it recently. with all the issues they had on the release and the transition from 1 to 2, I haven't heard a whole lot about it over about the past week and a half. Let's stick with that. We'll stick with that. See what we get. Switch is finally getting 2021's best game. So users can finally play 2021's best game, or at least 2021's Game of the Year winner at the Game Awards last year. It's fairly common for Nintendo to get games after they come to other platforms. It Takes Two from developer Hazelight Studios and publisher EA is just the latest example. After coming to PlayStation and Xbox consoles as well as PC last year, finally came to Switch yesterday, November 4th. That would be 2 days ago now. It Takes Two specifically debuted on March 26, 2021. Upon release, it garnered an 89 on Metacritic. Wix played this, man. Wix played this. You enjoyed it quite a bit, right, dude? This is supposed to be a very, very good game, making it one of the highest rated games of its year. Between launch and July 2022, it sold over 7 million copies, and now the game has come to Switch. It's likely a bit beyond this figure. On Switch, the game costs $40, which is how much it costs on other platforms. For that and 9.5 gigs of space, you can play the game right now. Also, like on other platforms, the Friends Pass, which allows someone else to play with you, is free. Here's what I will say. Yeah. This game will probably go on sale at sometime this month. Need to play it? Okay. I'll try to talk my wife into playing it with me on stream. But she doesn't have to be on camera. I'll keep working on that. We'll see. um, so here's the thing. Yeah, I mean, it's costing $40 right now on Switch. Even other platforms. Neither audio, though. It wouldn't matter if I had a mic set up. She just wouldn't talk, dude. If she knew she was going to be on mic, she just wouldn't talk, man. If she knew that she was going to be on mic, she wouldn't. What's it on Switch right now? Or Switch on Steam. Right. It's 40 right now as well. Here's the yeah, she will. You really think so? When she starts yelling at you, you're probably right. She'd be like, "You suck. We keep dying because of you." You know? Yeah, that would end up happening. Oh, I don't care. I don't care about that site. She just doesn't want to be on camera, dude. Yeah. There are a lot of people that feel like that, though. Even streamers, like people that stream that just don't use a camera. That's just they just don't want to be on camera, man. You know, I respect it. I respect it. But the game itself is looking like it's $40 everywhere right now. I am willing to bet you at some point this month this game will go on sale for some kind of discount. Okay, it's November. There are a lot of sales going on right now, and there will be even more at the end of the month. Jason Mask, yeah. Gamer, what's up, my friend? How are you, buddy? Well, I mean, I've got the Michael Myers mask, so we might just have to go with that. I don't have a Jason mask lying around, which my best friend from back home would probably kill me for saying that. But it will probably have to use a Michael Myers mask. I'll talk to her. That thing gets hot though, dude. I don't know if we can sit through an entire gaming session with somebody wearing a mask like that, dude. That thing gets like super super hot. We'll talk. We'll figure something out. All right. We'll figure it out. So the AC on. Yeah, it's an option, dude. It's an option. Oh, okay. Yeah. Dude. Yeah, it is. It is, dude. It is. Yeah. Um, Gamer, dude, I couldn't even the same thing to you. Oh, dude, we got to get you watching more horror movies, psych. That's all there is to it, buddy. Uh, Gamer, I couldn't get out of bed this morning either, and I forgotten all about the fact that I was telling everybody else about this earlier. I forgot all about the fact that time rolled back for us last night, and I woke up this. I couldn't get out of bed, dude. And my wife was like, "You know, I got like an extra hour to sleep last night too, right?" And I was like, "What?" I felt like I went to bed early. I slept like a rock. I still couldn't get out of bed, and I got an extra hour of sleep, dude. I don't know what was going on, man. But yeah, if you're in the market for playing some It Takes Two, check around. I'm willing to bet towards the end of this month, especially, you'll be able to get a deal on this game at some price point below $40. Okay, but it is supposed to be an excellent game, so highly recommend checking it out. I haven't played it, but we have community members that have played it. Okay, touche, dude. Touche. Okay, sorry. All right. Uh, New PlayStation leak points to the return of PS1 Classic. Have not had a full night's sleep in decades, dude. That sucks, man. I'm sorry. Yeah. A new PlayStation leak has all but confirmed the return of the PS1 Classic, which will presumably return via PlayStation Plus Premium. The game in question can trace its origins back to 2001, a year when the likes of GTA 3, Halo, Combat Evolved, Metal Gear Solid 2, Devil May Cry, SSX Tricky, dude. Oh, dude, I still own that on Xbox One. Yeah. SSX Tricky, bro, that was my jam. And Super Smash Bros. Melee, and a huge list of other games released. It was one of the greatest years in gaming to date. It was also the year when Siphon Filter 3 was released, which isn't as critically acclaimed as the games above, but is still part of the classic PlayStation series. As you may know, its two predecessors have always been brought to PS4 and PS5 via PS Plus Premium, so it's not very surprising to see the third game now coming as well. While Siphon Filter 3 has not been officially confirmed for PS4 and PS5, the game has been rated for the platforms by the Game Rating and Administration Committee of Korea. In other words, South Korea is preparing for the game to release on PS4 and PS5. If this sounds familiar, it's because the PS4 and PS5 versions of the first two games leaked the same exact way. At the moment of publishing, none of the implicated parties have committed on this leak. If this changes, we will be sure to update the story accordingly. In the meantime, for more PS coverage, including both the latest official news and latest unofficial rumors, click here. So there you go. Yeah, Siphon Filter 3 looks like. We've seen some stuff about this kind of, especially with the rating in Korea and everything. So we were kind of aware this was going to be coming. Yep. Xbox chief wants to revive iconic StarCraft series. This is a big deal. And look, I think this is one of the reasons why a lot of people want Microsoft to get a hold of more newsworthy if North and not South Korea was doing this. It'd be more of a surprise for sure. I think this is one of the reasons that I think a lot of people are interested in the fact of Microsoft being able to succeed in the acquisition of Activision Blizzard, right? There's a huge portfolio of games there. Obviously the big, yeah, dude, yeah, the big focus is on Call of Duty, right? Because I mean that's the big piece of cake there. Yeah, I mean that's the title that's really going to be a game changer for the competitiveness between like Microsoft and Sony. So that's why there's so much to do, if you will, about that title specifically in regards to that acquisition. But I mean, we've talked previously about this absolutely incredibly fat portfolio of games that Xbox would be bringing in off of Activision Blizzard, right? Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way, gamer. I think a lot of people feel that way. I think that's why a lot of people are kind of turned off by it right now. They expected, I think, Sony to be a little quicker about getting more classic titles from those consoles put into the subscription service, and it's just not quite there. And I think that's why some people are kind of turned off by it right now. Um, and this, StarCraft is just one of these titles that I think, you know, it still has an absolutely massive fan base behind it. People are still constantly playing this title competitively too, and you know, to see it be brought into a modern era, hopefully in a good way, could be absolutely amazing. Um, so Phil Spencer, Xbox chief, said he wants to talk about reviving the iconic StarCraft series following Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Um, Let me note something here. You notice how Phil Spencer doesn't say in the event, or that they're going to be able to acquire Activision Blizzard. He states this like it's absolutely going to happen. You know what I mean? I think it will too. But that this is the way he should actually be talking about this, and that's why he does that. Back in January, Microsoft acquired Activision Blizzard in a. Well, it's not. This is not fully gone through yet. Back in January, Microsoft acquired Activision Blizzard in a deal worth a reported 50 billion pounds. We're talking 70 billion US. Despite investigations in the merger by industry bodies, Microsoft are still very, very confident the deal will go ahead. Right. So it's not. It hasn't fully, come to fruition. It's like a deal that has been agreed upon, but there are a lot of basically committees and government organizations that have to sift through this deal and approve it and things like that. And that's where we're at with it right now, right? Xbox chief Phil Spencer is already thinking about what he can do with Activision Blizzard's large catalog of IPs. Earlier this week, he confirmed it wasn't Microsoft's intent to make Call of Duty an Xbox exclusive. And in a new interview, Spencer has spoken about possibly reviving the iconic, groundbreaking StarCraft series. The original StarCraft was released in '98, while the sequel, StarCraft II Wings of Liberty, came in 2010. With standalone expansion Legacy of the Void rounding off the saga in 2015, a remastered version of the original StarCraft was released in 2017. Asked by Wired if Xbox had plans for StarCraft going forward, Spencer said, "The first thing I would say is I'm not allowed to make any decisions about what happens at Blizzard or Activision or King. So this is all just kind of talking and thinking about what the opportunity is." He went on to discuss Blizzard's heritage of real-time strategy games, including World of Warcraft, before talking about how StarCraft was a seminal moment in gaming. From an esports perspective, from real-time strategy on console perspective, and from just a real-time strategy storytelling perspective in the genre. He continued, "I'm excited about getting to sit down with the teams at Activision and Blizzard and King to talk about back catalog and opportunities we might have. So I will dodge the question other than to say it's not something I can actively work on right now. The thought of being able to think about what would happen with those franchises is pretty exciting to me. And somebody who spent a lot of hours playing those games." Yeah, so yeah, I mean, and I think that's where Microsoft's looking at that, right? I mean, I think a lot of people feel that way, gamer. As popular as StarCraft always has been, Blizzard has always focused more on Warcraft, right? And really branched out Warcraft into other games and things like that, or even Diablo, into other games, rather than actually focus on what they could do with the StarCraft universe. And I don't know exactly why, but I think that it's apparent here that at least Phil Spencer sees this as a good opportunity to take a universe here that has not been maybe focused on the way it should have been, to branch off and revamp it, make some new games, and get people interested in what that universe has to offer moving forward. You know, and I think that's a good play. There are a lot of people, like I said, there are a lot of people that love StarCraft. That have always loved StarCraft, and I think would be very interested in seeing where the game could move forward with. You know, and into, no doubt. Steam Deck user discovers a way to potentially boost FPS by 25%. Really? Steam Deck users have discovered there's a way to massively improve the device's gaming performance in certain games, though it's a bit technical. While most users have overall been rather happy with the way the deck performs in practice, it's immediately apparent that it's decidedly a low-spec machine compared to a modern mid-spec gaming desktop. For older titles, indies, and even modern AA productions, the Steam Deck is still a perfect fit, but AAAs can struggle in some instances, especially if the user wishes to balance battery life with gaming performance to some extent. Any new performance tweak that the community discovers then is greatly appreciated, and CryoByte33 may have discovered one of the biggest situational performance uplifts yet. The specific Steam Deck performance tweak he discovered appears to be a net benefit not only in regard to gaming performance, but also when it comes to maintaining the device's solid-state drive health over a long period of time. Far be it from the sort of hardware-level modification that Valve warned Steam Deck users about, CryoByte33 instead creates a special Linux swap file through the use of the trim command, which then allows the Steam Deck to use all of its 4 gigs of virtual RAM. This in turn boosts performance in memory-limited games such as Grand Theft Auto 5. The tweak is a reasonably involved configuration change to the Steam Deck, though their results speak for themselves. GTA 5 specifically saw up to a 24% performance uplift, while Cyberpunk got an 11% boost instead. This combined with Cyberpunk's Steam Deck optimized settings turns the device into a veritable powerhouse, allowing it to run one of the most hardware-intensive games on the market. Particularly relevant is the fact that CryoByte33 created a special swap trim Linux script that users can execute via Steam Deck's desktop mode, streamlining the entire optimization process. Users may still wish to stick with Valve's official usage improvements, such as the 40 Hz refresh rate, but those who like to experiment with the device's capabilities may wish to give CryoByte's method a whirl. Interesting. Some smart people out there, man. Steam Deck is an impressive little device, man, for a handheld gaming platform, you know, gaming piece of hardware. Pretty impressive. And the fact they made it so open for people to try to, on purpose, Valve created this as a very, very open, functional piece of hardware for people to kind of configure and mess around with. Is I think one of the big reasons why so many people have come to love it so quickly. Interesting. You know what? If anybody needs that, just in case anybody has a Steam Deck and you're interested in that particular configuration there from CryoByte, it's in chat, okay? PlayStation is shutting down a PS4 exclusive next year, making it unplayable. What are we talking about here? Guns Up, a free-to-play action strategy game from Valkyrie Entertainment. Published by Sony, PlayStation makers own the IP. It looks poised to never do anything with it ever again. Upon release, the game got middling reviews, earning a 54 on Metacritic. Not only did reviewers not like the game much, but consumers didn't latch onto it in any significant way. It was released on December 5th of 2015. Yeah, so basically, it is going to no longer be multiplayer, and all online features for Guns Up will be terminated and no longer available starting April 14th of 2023. Okay, so if you wanted to give the game a shot with all its functionality, you need to get in there and give it a shot now. At that point, it's going to be pretty dead. Okay. Starfield release date update shared by Xbox. Xbox and Bethesda have provided a release date update on Starfield, the new spacefaring RPG from the latter's internal studio, Bethesda Game Studios, which is the team responsible for the Elder Scrolls and Fallout. Yeah, it was delayed until the first half of 2023. And what are they saying now? So they're talking about both Redfall and Starfield. With the pair of games releasing, sharing a release window, there's been some speculation about which is coming first. Recently, Xbox answered this question, confirming Redfall will release before Starfield. Both these games hold their first half release windows. This probably means Redfall is a March-April game, while Starfield is more of a May-June game. That said, and for what it's worth, Comic Book does not expect Starfield to release within this window based on the rumblings they've heard here and there. A holiday 2023 release seems more likely. Redfall, on the other hand, looks poised to arrive on time. So, from, I guess, some of the word around the water cooler, I guess, as you could put it, that Comic Book has been exposed to, they're really kind of guessing more of a timeline for Starfield's release to be about a year from now. So probably don't hold your breath on any kind of release for Starfield within the next 6 to 8 months, I would say. If you're looking forward to Starfield, then, you know, if it does release in that time frame, cool, and that'll be a nice surprise, but don't hold your breath, I would say. Yeah. Nintendo DS exclusive may be getting a remaster very soon. Cult Classic DS exclusive may be getting a remaster, or at least that's what new evidence out of South Korea suggests is about to happen. Back in 2010, or if you're in the West, in 2011, Capcom released an adventure game called Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. At the time of its release, the game was a DS exclusive, but it did eventually come to mobile devices. That said, it's been dormant for a decade, and up until very recently, there's been absolutely no reason to expect this to change. What happened recently, the game was rated for release by the Game Rating and Administration Committee of Korea. Again, just like Siphon Filter 3. Of course, this rating could be for a simple re-release. However, a re-release a decade later would be odd. You'd at least expect this to be for a remaster, possibly even a remake at this point. If the game were to come back, and it looks like it's going to, you may assume it would be via Switch, and the Switch only because it was a DS exclusive. However, the rating itself suggests it will be a multi-platform game. Yeah, for now, take everything here with a grain of salt. So if you were a fan of this title, and, you know, there's the potential that it's coming back, or if you were just interested in playing it back then and you never got to, potentially coming to multiple platforms in the future. We'll see. Atomic Heart boss fight gameplay shows battle with giant robot ball. Mundfish has released a brand new 10-minute gameplay teaser from Atomic Heart featuring a boss battle against a mechanical rolling spider-like ball. Okay. Spooter-like mechanical ball cooler. All right. Named Hedgie. This is just one of many waves Atomic Heart has made lately with release date news and a new trailer also released. Since the exciting announcement that Atomic Heart will be a Day 1 Xbox Game Pass title, fans have been waiting for more information about the game. It was announced in September that Focus Entertainment will be publishing Atomic Heart. Earlier this week, a new trailer featuring a release date of February 21st of next year. Now, fans have a new 10-minute gameplay sneak peek to further understand what exactly to expect from the game. Monkfish's latest update on the game shows Atomic Heart's combat intensity in a fast-paced battle that further emphasizes the theme of man against machine. Hedgie, the rolling robot ball with spider-like qualities, is just one of many Atomic Heart bosses fans will go up against, but it shows that even something considered adorable can put up the biggest fight in the sci-fi world. The footage shows the FPS protagonist dodging fiery blows and jump attacks as they use a variety of different weapons to attack the enemy. An axe, machine gun, and gloves that contain lightning abilities are all shown in action. The fight against Hedgie also appears to get more difficult as the battle goes on, with the enemy becoming quicker in speed and attacks. Mundfish has always stressed that the adaptability is crucial in the core gameplay of Atomic Heart. Players are tasked with figuring out the weaknesses of enemies they encounter while they explore and progress through a secret mission. The action in this gameplay certainly highlights how essential that is, considering the protagonist dies several times throughout the battle. Seems to be a solid storyline that fans will experience in this massive robot-filled science fiction world. With the latest trailer and Hedgie gameplay footage, Mundfish appears to have planned an action-filled and well-designed first-person shooter adventure that could potentially compete for the top spot on sci-fi fans' favorite games list. Though the gaming market is becoming saturated in science fiction and dystopian games, the developers continue to find new ways to keep their projects fresh and fun. Hopefully, Atomic Heart will be one of them. Atomic Heart will launch on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S on February 21st. Let's take a look, guys. Gameplay.
This month's IGN First is Atomic Heart. To kick things off, we've got some exclusive gameplay of a boss fight provided to us by the developers. We have plenty more in the game coming throughout November on IGN, so sit back and enjoy.
You see a little bit of a dash.
Shit, look at that, it's that thing again. Be careful. Our 7 units are quite dangerous.
What does this enemy remind me of? It's out of a movie. No. Is it The Incredibles? Was there an enemy like this in The Incredibles? I don't think so. I don't think it was Oblivion. Maybe. It looks pretty good. I wonder what kind of difficulty settings we're going to have in this game. Let me see real quick. Oh yeah, dude, this is what I was thinking of. Look. It's The Incredibles, dude. It's The Incredibles. Yeah, look. See? That's what I was thinking of. It's The Incredibles. There's like a robot ball on The Incredibles. Yeah. It's been a long time since I watched that movie. Oh yeah, gamer, thanks. Yeah. The Incredibles is a cool little movie, dude. Yeah. Nice. We love shotguns, right? Oh, dude, he ran into the, stick. Okay, okay. What? It looks pretty good, dude. In my opinion. Alright, I'm gonna stop it there. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really want to see too much more. I don't want to see too much more. There's always the potential we're gonna play like this game in the community. I don't necessarily want a ton of spoilers about the entire fight or anything. We saw like 5 minutes of it already, so that looks pretty cool though. That looks pretty cool. And the game looks nice. It looks nice. Again, I mean, always hope for the best, right? We always hope. I'm just, I don't know. I've turned into, I feel like there have been so many occasions where, I've been let down about getting hyped up about games and everything. I don't think I'm the only one. I've just become very, very skeptical about games that get hyped up and everything. Scoring PTSD, dude, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah. yeah. That's definitely the latest one. That's the latest. That's the latest. Example. No doubt about it. It's definitely taken its toll on me a little bit. It felt really bad. So I don't know, but that game looks good. It looks pretty cool. It looks really nice. Graphics look good. The mechanics look pretty neat. Lots of different weapons and abilities and stuff. Looks cool, man. I mean, we've been keeping up with Atomic Heart for a while. I mean, a lot of the gaming community has, right? So here's the hoping, man. That looked pretty cool, I think, anyways. Diablo 4 report leaks April release date. A pair of new reports have surfaced online, and if they are accurate, we now know that what month Diablo 4 is releasing via PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S, and Xbox Series X. The reports claim that the game's sizable marketing campaign is starting at the Game Awards in December of this year. Blizzard will reveal that the game will release sometime in April. With a release month out in the wild, its claimed pre-orders will open during the show and reveal various premium editions of the game and a pre-order bonus that allows those that pay early access to an open beta in February. Where does all of this information come from? Well, it comes from two separate sources. One of these sources is the Xbox Era podcast, while the other is Windows Central. Both of these sources have proven reliable in the past, especially when it comes to Xbox. But both have also been off the mark with their reporting in the past as well. In other words, remember to take everything here with a grain of salt. Yep. Till there's something official. Yeah. At the moment of publishing, none of the implicated parties have commented on either of these reports, nor the speculation they have created. If this changes, we'll be sure to update the story accordingly. So, it's looking like D4 is not that far away, right? I know there are a lot of people that are pretty hyped about it. If I wasn't boycotting Blizzard, I would be very hyped about it as well. I fell in love with Diablo is actually the game that made me fall in love with Blizzard back in the day. So, very hard for me. It's a very tough thing. But it is what it is. Overwatch 2, Ramatra. So I'll be leaning on this community probably to let me know how you guys feel about D4, how it feels, some reviews and things like that. Ramatra will be the new tank hero. Overwatch 2 teases its players as they unveil their new tank hero. Ramatra is the leader of the Null sector and a proponent for the rights of the Omnics. Blizzard dropped hints in the on the backstory of their upcoming tank, according to the post from Blizzard. Ramatra was originally a war machine. Circumstances changed the perspective of Ramatra, leaving behind the guns and ammunition and picking up a shield to protect his people by promoting peace and tranquility. Like Zenyatta, he is also a shambly monk with ideals emphasizing on sensibility over violence to achieve his goals for his people. However, his efforts to promote harmony have been toppled by endless discord among those in power with a disheartened spirit. He pushes his limits by being a pragmatic hero, doing anything to ensure the welfare of his fellow Omnics. Once released, he will be the fourth new character introduced in Overwatch 2. The other three heroes recently unveiled with the launch of the game are Sojourn, Kiriko, and Junker Queen. Yes, it is, gamer. Yes, it is. According to Blizzard, they prefer to alternate their updates with new maps and new additions to their hero pool. Blizzard released a cinematic trailer to provide players with a sense of depth in the backstory of Ramatra. So far, the video has generally garnered positive responses. Praises were mainly about the profound narrative behind the reasons he went back to the battlefield, paired with awesome voice acting. Here you go, guys. Yeah, that's
I was created to lead Omnics into war. But all I have ever wanted is a better life for my people.
I'll talk about it in a second, side.
It's a miracle
and
unto
gamer.
itself.
We'll discuss.
We have studied the ways of peace and harmony. We have meditated on the universe and our place within it. We have tried to coexist with humanity, but humanity is not interested in sharing their world. How many more Omnics should perish to fuel mankind's dreams? No more. Our race is only a single generation. Finite and dying all too quickly. We can find our own place.
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
Must. Join me, and together we will make a better future for all Omnics.
Okay. So, this is what I understand about the difference in the way the game has changed. Thank you, sweetheart. The way the game has changed from 1 to 2 is that obviously the game cost up front in the first when it was Overwatch 1, it cost to begin with. And then it was just you played the game, you got loot boxes, it was an RNG process of getting drops and cosmetics and things like that, but you literally didn't have to pay for anything else, right? It was just a game up front. Whereas now you're talking about the game is free up front, but you literally have to pay for everything else. And you're talking about the things that you used to be able to get, like just by continuing to play the game as drops and things like that. $30 to $40 for skins, cosmetics, and things like that. And so, from what I understand, it's a situation where now, gamer, are you sure about it? No unlockables to the player unless you play for months straight. Are you sure? we would have to look into like. So, from what I understand, all characters are unlockable through the free side of the battle pass, right? So that is, from what I understand, any character that you want to play in the game, you can eventually unlock through the free side of just playing the game. So at least there's that to it. But I think there are a lot of people that are really kind of bent about. Well, yeah, I know. Well, look, it's not anything about the people being dumb or not to pay money. That's not what this is about. It's about the way they changed the game, right? So people are upset that they would rather just the game be the way it was in the first place. Pay for the game up front. You get loot boxes that drop the more you play the game. There's an RNG chance for you to get all kinds of different stuff in the game. As opposed to, this is at least the impression that I've gotten from people that play the game, that have come into the community when we've talked about Overwatch and the transition from 1 to 2. Most people, this is the impression I've gotten, is that it does seem like they've taken a turn to be an even more kind of, it's not a change that most people like as much. Yeah, I mean, and we talk about that a lot, right? We talk about that a lot. If a free-to-play game allows you to play the game without having to pay anything, you can do everything in the game anybody else can, and you're not having to pay anything, there's not a lot to really argue about, right? I think where people are again having an issue is that it changed from what it was originally. The people that have been playing the game for a long time and liked the fact that it was the way it was, they paid for it originally. They liked the drops and things like that, rather than having to go, pay for the battle pass to get things or pay specifically to get skins. It was an RNG chance to get stuff the more you played the game. They liked that incorporation, right? Yeah, that's cool, gamer. That's cool. I do know that I am 99% positive you can unlock every single character in the game through the free side of the battle pass. So ultimately, I mean, it's hard to argue with the fact that the game's free to play. You can unlock every single character in the game. It's hard to argue with that, Psych. I'm right there with you, buddy. I'm right there with you. I think where a lot of people have an issue is that they changed the way the game works in the first place from the way it was, Yeah. Right. Yeah. 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 I mean, look, we see eye to eye on that a lot. I think a lot of us in the community do. If people want to spend their money to buy that kind of thing, whatever, but I'm not. Oh, it should have said cosmetics. Yeah. So I think that's where a lot of people are having an issue is with the fact that they're the long-term players of the game that don't like the way the game changed over, But ultimately, it is a free game. You can still play the entire game with all the characters, without having to pay anything. So it's hard to argue with that. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. But I have, again, I understand where people are coming from that are big Overwatch players that have played it for a long time, and then they bought the game outright in the first place, and then it turned over into this different kind of mechanic, and now they can now, and the price of the cosmetics, and people love cosmetics, dude. They really do. People love cosmetics. It's really wild. And so people are throwing a fit about the fact that cosmetics are like $30 to $40, you know. So I don't know, as opposed to being able to like grind them anymore, you know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like a flex, right? It's like a flex. Yeah. So again, yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to like bust on them for making the game free to play, you know. But that's again, I mean, that's a way to hook people, you know, because people they love cosmetics, and if they hook people in on the gameplay and people continue to want to play the game, then people do want to flex. They want to show off their character, and they want their character to look different than other people, and that's where they get people, right? It's like a lot of people can't help it, man. They can't help. I'm not that kind of person, you know, but it's I don't know. A lot of people feel different about the Overwatch thing, and ultimately, you guys know how I feel. If the game is free to play, you can play through the whole thing without having to pay anything. There's no pay to win in it. You know, it's hard for me to argue with that kind of mechanic incorporated in a game. So, I don't know. This is the last article I have for the day. Then we're going to go play some Vermintide 2. We're going to hop on Pinky's shoulders, let him carry us through the game. You know what I mean? Just like yesterday. Let's go, Pinky. Just kidding. Kind of. But anybody else that wants to get in and play, what's up, dude? What's up, brother? Look, before we end this news segment, if anybody's interested, Vermintide 2 right here, it's a free weekend. And you can grab the game for free all the way through tomorrow. Not just play this weekend, it's free forever for you, okay? A lot of the DLC is on sale from anywhere from like 30 to 80% off. This is just a promotion because they've got a new game coming out. We're talking about Dark Tide, yeah. So they're kind of promoting their previous title, which is Vermintide 2. And it's cool, man. It's like a 4-player co-op experience. You go into these maps and you just get bombarded with enemies. You got a lot of different characters that you can level up, get subclasses for the characters and everything. And it's fun, man. It's cool. You just jump in there and slaughter a bunch of enemies and get loot, get items, equip on your characters and stuff. It's a cool time, man. So it's a free game. It's hard to not, you know, I mean, like, even if you don't know that you'll ever play it or whatever, you should just go grab it. It's free. But it's only free through the 7th, right? So that's what we're going to be playing today. If you want to try it out or whatever, go grab it. That's all I can say. Let's get into this last article. We'll keep going. League of Legends developer Riot Games admits censorship in some countries after releasing first gay black hero. League of Legends has been proudly promoting its first black gay hero, with him appearing in trailers alongside rapper Lil Nas X. However, developer Riot Games admits LGBTQ plus representation is censored in some markets. Yep. Riot, which is majority owned by Chinese conglomerate Tencent, is hosting the game's World Championship Tournament Worlds 2022 this weekend. Speaking from the event in San Francisco, League's executive producer told Sky News that the developer would replace words such as lover with partner in countries unfriendly to LGBTQ plus rights. It comes after Riot released the game's first gay black champion, playable character, Cassante, who has been heavily marketed in trailers with rapper Lil Nas X. The music star, who is openly gay, is performing at the tournament's opening ceremony. The League is one of the most played PC games on the planet. Players take on the role of champions and teams to work together to achieve objectives, and each has a backstory composed for them by the game's writers. Jeremy Lee, the executive producer, told Sky News he was very proud of the new character and that Riot Games wants everyone who plays League of Legends to find a champion that resonates with them. But he admitted that each region can localize and publish that story in what they feel like is best for the players. Each region may publish certain aspects of the game a little bit differently to fit into the local culture. Asked whether the company makes changes or omissions to the storyline behind some characters to suit the regime under which the game is published, global public relations lead Hana Wu said, "Yes, I would say we do." Both Mr. Lee and Ms. Wu made clear that these narratives can be found on the game's website. The game itself is universally the same the world over and features almost entirely one-to-one translations of all text. In-game characters are for players to interpret themselves, Ms. Wu said. Even if, quote, even if it's not explicit, even if it's not direct, even if there are changes made or things are just not as much in the forefront of that character's identity, it's like you are meant to see them, she argued. Straight washing shows money is most important. LGBTQIA plus Twitch streamer Ben Ostwick said he was sad yet not surprised at the practice. Yep, it's unfortunate, but not surprising. He told Sky News video games are part of culture and should be at the forefront pushing boundaries, especially in places where LGBT plus oppression is rife. The straight washing of queer characters from games and countries with a poor record of LGBTQ plus rights is sad and proves that there is nothing more important than making the most money. Worlds 2022 concludes on Saturday with 2 South Korean teams facing off for the world title. Yep. Not surprising at all. And this individual is absolutely right in these quotes. Yep. I mean, here's the thing. Anybody that has, whether it be a single individual or a company or whatever, you got any kind of platform, we see all the time where people's or companies' true colors shine through. If it be something against basic human rights or whatever, or being discriminatory against people for things they shouldn't be discriminated for, and they get destroyed for it, as they should be, or there are, I think, in a much more minimal, we don't see it nearly as often, right? Nearly as often we'll see where there are these more these individuals that have notoriety, they're famous, or these companies that have a platform that actually stand up for what they believe in, or stand up for what is right, for the rights of individuals and not being discriminatory, and it's fewer and further between, because can it affect their bottom line? Absolutely, unfortunately. But which makes it also unfortunate, harder for them to do the right thing. And it does come to, I mean, we see there are companies like Bungie. We've talked about Bungie and how they've been outspoken as a game developer about like women's rights and things like that, especially on the Roe versus Wade stuff that came out here recently, and women's rights and things like that, where a lot of people, you could see a lot of people hopped on social media and were telling them to shut up, it's not their business, and just to stick to playing games. And I disagree. And I think it's good to see businesses support their employees, support people's rights and things like that. So I don't know, man. This feels bad. I'm not surprised, but it does feel bad. And I think it's like, I think it's insane. You guys know how I feel, and the way this community is built and everything. It's absolutely asinine to discriminate against somebody based on who they're attracted to. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense, to me. So this is disheartening, and it's like it just doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm not surprised at it either. It's just unfortunate. That's what I got, guys. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you. Great news segment. And I don't know. We're going to move on to some Vermintide. Have some fun with community. Anybody that wants to play, I mean, we're just going to have some fun today. Check out some Vermintide. Keep going with it. I might try out some new characters today. We'll see. We'll be playing with Pinky, I think. Anybody else that wants to hop in, just let me know. We'll have some fun. And that'll be our jam for today. Tomorrow we'll get back into Disco Elysium. It'll be day 4 of Disco Elysium, I think. So we'll get back into that gameplay. It's been a lot of fun, but this might be our weekend jam for the time being. We might just do some Vermintide stuff for the next few weekends. If I continue to enjoy it and we have community members that want to keep trying it out a little bit, then we might do this for the next couple of weekends or something. Just see what's up with it and keep progressing, things like that. So if you're interested, grab it now. It's free. You should grab it now, okay? Other than that, you guys are amazing. I appreciate you very much. If anybody's checking this out and you're enjoying the content, whether it be a VOD on Twitch or YouTube, see what you can do about coming and hanging out with myself and the rest of this amazing community when we go live every single day at 6 a.m. CST. Start all of our streams off with video gaming news prior to jumping into whatever video gaming content we have slated for the rest of the day, okay? Other than that, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we will catch everybody tomorrow for November 7th edition of Video Gaming News and Disco Elysium Day 4. Cool.